Guys, so we're doing another YouTube video today. So I got a little surprise at my house, and you can see the 250 in the background there. But we got the sled at my house right now. I got the part coming in today for it. It's the tubing for the coolant lines, all the tubing. I got all new tubing for it, and all I need to do is replace one line, which is the longest line, of course, and it's right under the engine. So we got to take out or kind of just lift up the engine and situate it through it. And then, yeah, we should have fixed the coolant leak. And it should be able to run then today. And we're going to go riding because we have about a foot of snow. And I'm super excited. But yeah, so I'm going to go to the store real quick, get a couple parts, see if we can get this thing done. So I was working on the snowmobile a little bit. I was at home just looking over it. And right where I replaced the fuel intake line from the gas tank, the fuel line's all bent up and squished in, so it wasn't getting gas. And if you let it sit, it would fill up the gas line just enough to get it started and running for a sec, but then it would just bog out and die. So I saw that, and that explains a lot of problems that are going on with it. Not the coolant problem, but everything else, the running problem. So I'm gonna put the coolant line on, and then put new all fuel lines on and stuff, and then we'll see if it runs and rides, and we'll take it out today. Hopefully that's the plan, and hopefully you don't have to billy rig anything, but we're gonna see when we get home, and we're gonna work on it a little more, wait for that coolant line to come in, and then yeah, we'll see if she runs. Back at the house with the sled. This was the line I was talking about. As you can see, it's all squished and flattened out, so it's not getting gas. But this is the intake line that goes into the gas tank and sucks up gas through, so we just got to replace this line all the way to this fuel filter. We're gonna see if this fuel filter is still good or not. It's a little dirty, but should be fine. And then I'm gonna replace this line, and then probably this line too, just so everything's replaced and I know it's good. So yeah, let's do that. Yeah, most of the fuel line off. There's the little nipple that comes out the gas tank, and then this is where I'm at right now. I got the fuel filter off over here. Looks good. Gas goes through it, so we're gonna keep it on. Got the gas off, and then we just gotta take off this line and then this line, and we're good. And we're gonna throw all the new line back on, and yeah. All the lines off that we're gonna replace all the way to there. We're just gonna keep this line because it doesn't look bad at all, and this one was really a pain to get off. As you can see, I cut myself in a couple different spots, but we're gonna get that fuel line on, and then we gotta wait for the coolant hose, and then we'll see if it'll start up. Hopefully it does, and we can go riding today. All the fuel lines replaced except this one, which I may do later on because got a lot of fuel line left, but all of it's nice and tucked away now. I actually did it the correct way, so airbox should go right in perfectly. That fuel filter should sit right behind. The fuel filter is all good, and I did a pretty good job, I would say. And then I'll show you guys the old fuel lines. This is one of them. This one wasn't bad. This was the one that went right here, and I could have kept it, but why not replace it? We're already in there. And then this was the one that was the problem. As you guys can see, that bend in there, there's literally no room for gas to go through it. So what was happening when I was starting, it was connecting, and gas would drip through it. It would suck and try as hard as it can to suck in gas, but it only get enough gas to get it started and running for a sec, and then it would just die out and bog out. So hopefully that was the issue, and then we just got that coolant line, which is coming in about 30 minutes to an hour, and we're gonna replace that. And it's snowing right now, so we'll hopefully be able to get to ride this thing today. So it is around 8 o'clock now, and we got this thing all put back together. I did not put the new coolant lines in. I got them now. They came in the mail, but a lot later than what I thought they were gonna come in at. But we got the airbox and exhaust back on and stuff. But now it doesn't want to run right again. I got it going for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I could keep on the throttle to keep it going, but it's not running right. Once you let off the throttle, it just bogs out. And I don't know, I kind of sounded weird when I was revving it a little bit. It sounded like one piston's not firing, so I'm guessing it's not getting gas, one of them, which could cause the whole thing not to run right. So we're gonna get into the pistons, the bulls, and then we're gonna replace that coolant line under it and any other coolant line we need to replace, because I have all new coolant lines for this thing. They're used, but they're in good shape, so we're gonna do that. Cleared out the garage a little bit. 250 and 125 is over here, looking good. And we're just gonna get going on this thing, try getting it done tonight so I can ride tomorrow, because I was really excited to ride today, but it's just not gonna happen. It comes with riding, and we gotta fix this thing up. So let's do it, and we're gonna see how long this takes us, but I'm gonna record most of the stuff and try getting as much content as I can, and all the steps through the process I'm gonna try getting. So yeah, are the new to me coolant lines. They're used, but they'll still work. I'm gonna take this paper out, throw it over there. Let me find. This is the line that's, I know was messed up, the longest one. This one goes from this side all the way to that side, and then we got all the rest of the coolant lines in here, which we do not need right now, unless we do need them when we're taking it apart. But right now I'm just gonna go through, take the exhaust off, air box off, and whatever parts are in the way. So yeah, I'm gonna get that done, and I'll show you guys once I'm finished with that part. We got a lot of parts taken off. We got the air box off, whole exhaust, even the header. We're gonna move on to carbs now. I'm just literally gonna pop them off, flip them over, check some all the bowls, and just make sure they're all good. And then, oh yeah, and the jets, all the jets, make sure they're all good, especially the idling jets because it doesn't like idling. And then we're gonna get into this hose. Sadly, it's gonna be a big project, but now I got a lot of the stuff out of the way. To get to the hose, we gotta take off the engine clamps, which is this one, and there's two more back here. One right there, one right there under the carbs. And we literally gotta lift the engine up a little bit, and the hose is right down there. You guys can see it now since I got everything off. And we do have to take off one of the steering, I forget what they're called, but we got to take off one of those just to get under the other side of this to get the bolt out, and then we have to do probably the same on the other side. The other side looks worse than this side. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna do the carbs first, and then I'll show you guys the carbs, and then we're gonna move on to the hoses. So the first carb, and the first one, the pilot jet is clogged, and it doesn't look too bad in there, a little green just from old gas, but pilot jet is clogged. So if that all three of them are clogged, that would make a lot of sense why it's not idling. So we're gonna check the main jet and then move on to the rest, and I'll let you guys know how they are. On to the second carb now. We got the first one clean. The pilot jet on that one would not want to, like, just all the gunk inside just didn't want to come out. I could see light through it a little bit, so I just threw it back in there. It should be fine. And then this pilot jet cleaned out good, and then the main jet on both of them are perfect. But one thing I found with both the carb is the main jet was literally hand tight. I unscrewed it by hand, same with the other one. So that could be a big issue too. But now we got both of these tightened up to the correct one, and we're gonna check the third one, and we'll see how that one is. Now we got all three carbs cleaned. I went back and cleaned this one again because that pilot jet was just clogged up, and I finally got them. I used the needle to just kind of carefully get it out, all the gunk out. But that's clean now, that one's clean now, that one's clean now. So all three are cleaned, and they were really gunked up. So I'm pretty sure that's why it kept dying out and didn't want to idle. Only on choke it would want to idle. So pretty sure that makes sense. But now I got to figure out how to replace this hose. I'm going to try getting off these brackets on the front. I got this carb still off because there's a bracket right here. And then I'm probably going to have to pull that carb off because the bracket's right there also. But then after that, we just got to lift up the engine a little bit. And then it should be good. We could kind of feed that hose out and feed the new one in. But I might need my friend's help tomorrow because I need somebody to hold up the engine while I feed the hose through. But we'll see what we can get done tonight. But yeah. With a lot of hard work and a lot of time, it is done. I got 3 carbs on, all 3 cleaned, and I finally got the tube in, or the line, the coolant line. I'm so happy with it. It went so much easier than I thought. I didn't even need to take off the engine or any of the engine mounts. I was able to feed it through the bottom of the engine, put my arm under there, and it just worked out great. Everything worked out the way I wanted it to. The only really difficult part was the clamps on the end of the hoses, just because there's not much room, so you kind of had to finesse them in, but that side was easier. So I'm super happy. Now all we got to do is put air box on, connect the rest of the carbs up just to the boots, and then header and exhaust, and then this thing should be ready to ride. And then here's the old hose. This is all the mice chewing at it, and this shit, like, just, you can put your finger through it almost, and that's why I was leaking. So super happy how easy it was. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this thing is ready to go and it'll run tomorrow. I've literally checked everything on it. if there's something else, I have no clue what it could be. But hopefully this thing's good. And then tomorrow I'm gonna start it up, show you guys, and then take her on her first ride. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because I don't want to jinx anything right now because I've already jinxed too much on this sled. But everything went so smooth, so I have a good feeling and I'm super excited. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is the next morning now, and as you can see, the sled is not in the garage. So I came out this morning to finish it up. I put the air box and stuff back on. It still didn't want to start, and it was just having a problem. And started putting coolant in it, and started getting the coolant start flowing in the engine, let out air and stuff. And I went to the store, bought more coolant, came back, started it up, and I just kept revving all the black oil and stuff came out the exhaust. So I figured out from me trying to start it all those times on my other property at Luke and Ryan's house that it just clogged up the pipe with oil, gas, and stuff, and that it flew all out all over my garage. But the sled is over here and it runs great now, so that means we can go riding today. And I'm super excited because I can't ride any of this stuff in the winter, and I finally have something that I can do. So yeah, super excited, super happy we got it fixed. A lot of anger and stuff during the process, but it happens, and now it's done, so it's all worth it. But I'll probably be going riding later, and then I'm gonna show you guys real quick how the sled runs. And yeah, it idles a little high right now, but it's not a big deal. But let's go check it out. The sled over here, we rode it from the garage. She's just sitting. Turn key on, no choke because I already started her up. It'll start first pull. She runs awesome. Gotta cycle the coolant a little more and it should be good, but she runs great. So, if you guys want to see more of this, riding videos, snow video stuff, let me know in the comments. We'll get to it. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Hopefully we come out with a riding video soon. I'm not going to do a riding session in this video just because it's going to be a super long video already. So we're going to do it in a different video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and thank you for watching.